You hear corporate America and the different like team leadership jargon that says like, yeah, bring your full self. But there is a underlying, message that's like not your full self, just a portion of it that looks good for everybody, right?
Welcome to The Edge for Tomorrow. I'm your host, Rose Reed. Every parent knows that tuition and childcare are more than line items. They are the emotional bedrock of family life. And yet the financial systems that support early education in parents are outdated and sometimes punishing. Our guest today, Kana Lee, is helping rethink that reality. As the marketing lead at Kina, she's working on a rewards platform built for parents and teachers, designed to ease financial pressure on families while honoring the people who make early education possible. Kana, it's so exciting to have you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I want to start with the reality that we all know right now. Childcare costs are exploding, teachers are burning out, families are being squeezed. Why do you think this is the right moment for a company and a product that Kina is offering? And why are you the person telling us this story today?
Well, I think that the moment is really interesting, right? We are coming together at this place of technology exploding, AI doing its thing. And there's a lot of rhetoric around why our childcare system is the way it is. And I think a lot of people here in the US, especially, are really starting to see the cracks that the systems at play have not been helpful or conducive or effective or to any level of working parents trying to advance in their careers as well as do the best that they can for their families and for their young children. So all of these pieces are coming to a head because we have the technology to support it. We have the technology to also build out the community so that people can talk about these things and actually gather at a larger scale quickly and efficiently. Kina is born from a Hawaiian word that is about doing the right thing at the right time. Yeah, so Kina is a platform that's built for parents by parents. And we recently launched a tuition flex program. So it helps parents have more ease and flexibility in paying their tuition. This also helps childcare centers and schools with being able to get their payments on time, right? So everybody's winning in that space. And then in particular, we're really doubling down on supporting teachers. Our early childcare educators, our teachers, truly deserve so much more. And we wouldn't be able to do any of the things that we do without their support. And so with our platform, we are creating a reward system that helps parents get rewards on the tuition that they pay to the schools. And then we also have a give back program within, allow parents to easily send rewards over to teachers, and teachers soon will be able to redeem those rewards, also pay back their student loans.
What you're doing is helping both the families and the centers be able to thread that needle so everyone can get their costs covered, but it eases that burden for parents so that first day of the month, they're not in the negative for 2 weeks until they get paid again.
Exactly. And like, God forbid there's any kind of emergency or anything like that that happens, right, to any of us. And so we recognize that and we really want to support our parents and our schools. And then, that's why the first launch of our product is the Tuition Flex program.
I think this is also such a neat program because so many of these expenses, when it comes to daycare and childcare, they're cash. And so we don't always use our credit cards or get the points on our credit cards for these huge regular expenses, but Kina offers that.
not only, major expenses, but it also takes up a lot of time. And so, Kina really aims to help solve quite a bit of that. And also, like you said, reward the parents because, we should be able to get more on our dollars and it shouldn't just kind of go away to credit card fees, really. So essentially, Kina helps to pay a portion of the tuition for the parents so that they get a advance, if you will, and then at the end of the month, they would then pay that advance back. And so the childcare centers, they get all their money at the beginning of the month, and then parents don't have to empty out their bank accounts at the beginning of the month. And everybody gets just a little bit more wiggle room and flexibility. And then on top of all of that, you're earning rewards that you can bank to either buy something that you might need for the family, or you can also express your gratitude to the teachers. When you find that amazing teacher in your life, that makes such an incredible difference, right? We recently did just a quick survey of our team of the different teachers that have made an impact in their lives. I personally still remember my first grade teacher and some of the lessons she taught me. And then I'm also reflecting recently on a professor of mine in my master's program who really took the time to just believe in me and my ability to do more and to excel and be a scholar. And that resulted in a paper being published in an academic journal. And it's just that never would have happened if I didn't have a professor that believed in me. These teachers play such a huge role in the development of our kids' lives. And, having someone believe in you and see you and support you in your dreams and hopes and all of that, and also help to find them with you, that's just there. You can't put a dollar figure on that. And so for us to just figure out a system where we can help our parents and schools support these teachers more that's the other thing that we're doing is really focusing on profiling and featuring these teachers so that we can really show who these people are and how they are such a giant foundation to our society.
How does that experience inform how you think about the intersection of fintech products and families?
The through line is probably storytelling because a lot of these things are very complex systems, right? Venture capital is a very closed box for a reason, and it's difficult to understand. And so storytelling helps to bring that clarity in difficulty, in complexity. And so if you can tell a story and find really good anecdotes that help you explain the thing, it just allows your audience to understand it deeper, right? And you can actually make that emotional connection, make a giant impact through innovation.
I'm especially thinking about this because Kina is a national product and service. And so I'm curious if you've learned something that took you aback.
It just wasn't something I thought about, because I'm a parent, I have 2 kids, and I'm sort of running around doing working and, parenting and all of that. You don't realize how many parents out there are doing the same thing and running in that same race because we're all doing it so individually. And so being able to start to talk to more parents, being able to learn more from teachers and the early childcare educators, hearing the stories from the parents as to why they chose that school, because whether it's they went there and then or their friends heard about, this teacher or this director, and they follow the teachers because people follow the talent. I think being able to sort of start to see all of the pieces at play has been really interesting to understand, and each person has their own style and their own way of doing things, right? Something that makes them unique and special in their classroom that helps those kids in that classroom grow to be the best humans that they can possibly be.
Can you speak to what it's like building something in the fintech space that you're actually the consumer for, the target audience for it?
you have to understand on that deeper empathetic level, like that really deep human level, that like when your kids have a fever of 104, you need to not be scared to tell your team, hey guys, I'm going to be a little bit late to the this or the that, or I got to step away, or I have to go do pickup, or, I can't be on this meeting right now because, I got to go take care of my kids. You hear corporate America and the different like team leadership jargon that says like, yeah, bring your full self. But there is a underlying, message that's like not your full self, just a portion of it that looks good for everybody, right? Brands, I think, that are built with this layer of authenticity and true lived experience, I think it says a lot to the audience. It says a lot to the consumers. It says a lot to your partners that you really understand. So yeah, I think like being able to work with other parents in this team has made a giant difference. And even that psychological safety that's built within the brand and within the team is there from the get go. And that's not often the case when you're looking at tech companies, fintech companies, VC-backed companies, right? Like this is not typically a thing that's built into the culture, and so it's a very intentional move from our founders to do that, and it's something that I really appreciate.
Looking ahead, when you look at the frontier, what is this long-term vision for not just what's next, but what's after what's next in the next year, 2 years for Kina?
I think that like in the near horizon, what you'll see from Kina is a lot more visibility about the work that teachers do and really uplifting that and putting that at the forefront because they truly are, one of the heroes in this story, right? And so without them, none of us would be able to do our jobs. Like we need their help to raise our kids, and it's incredible the work that they do. And so we want to continue to uplift that, show that to the world, amplify that and those stories, and then you'll also see more features being built out about to reward parents, making it a lot easier for parents to earn the rewards, claim the rewards, ultimately build more time for family, whether it's like you want to take a trip together or the ease of stocking things in your home and also sending messages to or like gratitude notes and gratitude rewards to your teachers. And then in the further future, we really see Kina being kind of the center of the ecosystem around parenting and schools and early childcare education and teachers. What would it be like to have this community all come together and be able to lean on each other for support, for knowledge, for best practices, for, like what if we could all kind of use our collective brains and be able to build in this space together. I think that's what's coming and what you'll be able to see more of from Kina.
And where can people find you? Where can people find Kina?
Yeah, so we are kina.co on our website, and you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok as Kina Rewards.